Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. We've been talking about productivity. I had a productive Monday, a productive Tuesday. We're working on trying to have a productive Wednesday, and trailers have been where we were landing after talking about Civil War first. And we just took a look at a CinemaCon trailer, which we haven't gotten too many of those out of CinemaCon yet, but we did get one for The Watchers, which is coming out from M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Ashana. It looks suspenseful and dope. If you want to see my reactions and thoughts, you can see them right over there. But now we switch to a non-CinemaCon trailer, and a trailer that I think dropped on Monday when I was very, very busy, and is one that I am so stoked to dip my toe into. Ty West came out with a movie a few years ago that is just like, I was talking to one of my friends at work, and they were like, it's like my guilty pleasure. I'm like, yeah, it's like comfort food. You know what I mean? Like, I love going back to X. It works on so many levels. And then inside the same year, he gave us a prequel. And the thing that I love about what Ty West is building here is it's Mia Goth centric. I love Mia Goth. And she was, obviously one of your main characters in X. And then you get the reveal at the end that she's also the old woman. So then when you go to Pearl, which is the prequel, the old woman's story, you get more Mia Goth. And now we're going back to the other end of the trilogy to see what our character from X is up to in the 80s. What are we talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We are getting ready to take a look at the official trailer for Maxine. And yeah, man, what Ty West gave us with X and Pearl, just wonderful stuff. Like, I've said it many times when it comes to X, but like, you can feel the Texas Chainsaw vibes in there, and watching West play in these like slasher type places, but in different ways than you would anticipate him to do, was just a lot of fun with both movies. But the thing, like I said, that really got me was Mia Goth being front and center in both of those movies. She is one of my favorites in the realm of horror. I think she is so unique looking, and her performances and the way that she delivers lines and just different things, it's so unique to most other actors in that sphere. And it just makes her stand out and pop to the point where, like, after I don't think it was X, I think it was after I saw Infinity Pool with her and Alexander Skarsgård, where I was like, big time acting chops exist with this woman, but I'm not sure where the crossover is to mainstream. And then she gets cast in Blade, and you're like, there's your mainstream cross. Kind of stay in that horror realm, but maybe do some things and flex some stuff that allows, people that haven't seen some of the horror work you've done to maybe get you in other places. I'd be fascinated to see where she lands in like a traditional non-horror type space. But when she is in this realm, few people are better than her. And like I said, I love her Pearl portrayal. I love what we get with Maxine, but I feel like, especially after seeing Pearl, there's so much on the bone for Maxine to sink her teeth into in a follow-up to, her getting out of that situation in X. And here we're in the 80s. She's now a full-blown adult star. One of the things that she wants to be, right? I'm gonna be a star. And I guess there's some sort of like killings going on in Hollywood at the time. So I'm stoked, man. Like, I want to see if like she's trying to branch out from the adult film industry, if she's just trying to be the best in that industry, to be a name and something that everybody recognizes. But anything that we are getting from Ty West in this realm is most likely gonna be real good. And I think the anticipation for this movie is quite high. Like I said, we got X and Pearl in the same year, and now it's been, I think that was back in the pandemic, so it's been like 2-3 years. The pandemic kind of screwed up a lot of things, and now like to finally be almost here to see what the conclusion of this trilogy is, it's very, very exciting. So my friends who are also big fans of X and Pearl, like I said, at work, already watched the trailer, and they seemed very excited. So I'll always say more time. Let's get the trailer up for you guys, and let's take a look at what we are getting with our official trailer from A24 for Maxine. I love that.
Maxine. Your
Maxine
agent tells us
Mix.
you're quite a popular name in adult film and
Oh yeah, so
entertainment.
she is trying to cross over. I like that. Her dream was to be a star. Yes, it was.
Always want to be in that line of
always wanted to be famous.
If you need to read off the sides we gave you, just go ahead, all right?
I know the last.
Atta girl.
She turns to the camera and through her trauma.
To Becky! I did pull up IMDb before and I saw Elizabeth Debicki and I got very excited, and then
Maxine fucking Minx.
get him. But Hollywood can be a killer.
Freaking Night Stalker guy in the loose.
Ty West got a massive cast.
Terrorizing Los Angeles.
Like, wait, you see some of these other people that are gonna pop up maybe in this trailer.
Close to every dead girl in Hollywood.
Yeah, baby.
I'm the private detective. I had to find you.
Bacon.
My employer is a very powerful man.
Bates Motel.
Finish with you. It's gonna be nothing.
Let's go.
Another victim of the Night Stalker.
I knew 3 people who were murdered in 3 days. I'd be pretty scared. What are you hiding, Maxine?
Oh, I love the idea of all of this possibly outing her dark past.
What'd you do?
Giancarlo with a wig. Come on.
The defining role of your career.
Lily Collins.
That's interfering with this picture.
This cast is huge.
I intend to.
Yes, the whole world will know her name.
Maxine.
Maxine.
Love that.
You're a fucking movie star.
Mia Goth, Debicki, Moses. Like, I forgot to call out Moynihan. She's in here too. Like I said, massive cast. Dude, that. Let's go, man. Oh, I love Ty West so much, man. Like, and the thing that I love, like, how he bakes in nods to things. Like, I would assume that being like at the Bates Motel and see like she's on one of the studio lots, right? Like, we're not actually like merging those universes. But I love the way that Ty West like builds in his nods to movies that clearly he loved or influenced him in the things that he's doing. So I love like that you get a drop like that. But I really do dig like the idea of just like the focus is Maxine, right? And with an even bigger cast, the focus is still Maxine, and you know, getting to see her come out on the other side of her dreams, right? Use the adult porn industry to get her to a place where she's got acting chops. She knows how to memorize lines. Like, I love that bit, like when she's in that reading, you know, she's like, okay, you can use the side. She's like, please, I know my lines. So like, I like that she uses that as like her vehicle to kind of launch her. And now you're at this point where you're about to become a star. And in the 80s, you have the Night Stalker going around. And, you know, it's interesting to pull in reality, you know, with what was going on in 1985. But I think that's a beautiful place to take the story if you're going to be in that era and having her try to become a star. And you know, obviously the last thing I seen with the Night Stalker was American Horror Story 1984. So I think the idea of using the Night Stalker is a genius move. You have this person who's out here who's killing people in Hollywood, and the twist in that person, I think, possibly knowing who Maxine is and, you know, being willing to expose her past, you know, like she killed some people. I mean, granted, self-defense, but maybe there's even more in Maxine's past that we don't know about. Obviously, like her dad being the preacher, and that reveal at the end of X. Spoilers, I'm sorry if you didn't know about that. But if you're here for Maxine, you should know all these things. So what things could be possibly being exposed, and how that could lead her back down to a path where she's out gunning for some bad folks. It's a really cool, like I said, blending from Ty West to incorporate things that were reality in 1985 with things that are going on in this fictional world that he's built for Maxine. And I just can't wait to watch Goth go off. I mean, especially like toward the end of this trailer, right? Like after you get all of your reveals of everybody, like,
What'd you do?
so I'm guessing Giancarlo is her lawyer. I like that.
Your career.
But
What
like,
in your life?
possibly working on a horror film. I like that concept. And then just like when we get into the imagery from here, like I love like it's kind of gonna maybe give us like some investigative PI stuff. You know, you seeing her on the stairs there. But it's just like there are a lot of people at play, and I like that, right? Like it gives us like I said, just the imagery at the end layer. Like I'm not gonna be able to get it, but like Halsey, she's obviously gonna get caught. You got people in like one being in Hollywood, you're gonna be able to play with people being in costumes and different makeup. With the amount of people on this cast list, if we can go through it one more time, because there's so many. You got Elizabeth Debicki in there, Moses Sumney, Michelle Monaghan, Bobby Cannavale, Lily Collins, Halsey, Giancarlo Esposito, Kevin Bacon. Like it's a big cast list, and there's a bunch of people past them, and a big cast list just means plenty of nice kills for Ty West to set up throughout the course of this, and also keeps you kind of guessing, right? Like who is the person that is targeting, you know, Maxine and exposing something about her past, whether that's something that ties to X or something that maybe ties to her father in the church. Who knows? I mean, you obviously can hear, you know, screaming on that video, so maybe it was a porn gone wrong. No idea what it could be. But obviously we know that she does have a dark past with what happened in X. So trying to figure out who it is that's kind of trying to target her with all of these different faces is going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, I love the idea of Giancarlo Esposito being, I think it looks like her lawyer, Bacon being the lead detective on the Night Stalker case. It is great. And like I said, the imagery just in general on this one, I just think is really strong. And Ty West, he's just my kind of director, man. I mean, whether it's the looks that you're giving Goth, right? Like those big 80 colors across her face at one point where she's probably at a rave or somewhere. I'm never gonna be able to find it like this. Giancarlo with that wig though, I really love it, man. But yeah, I just think like being on a set and being in Hollywood, there's so many misdirects that West could build into this one that should keep this fairly fun. Like I said, you got a lot of characters, a lot of faces, a lot of things to play with, and places to go. And I'm hoping this should be a big, wonderful conclusion to our Maxine trilogy. Even though Maxine technically isn't in Pearl at all, you know, it's our Mia Goth trilogy. But yeah, I think Goth, as per usual in these movies, looks fantastic. I love going in and getting people with the type of chops of Kevin Bacon and Debicki and Giancarlo, Monaghan, Cannavale. Like it's nice to see a much bigger cast list coming there, and it's one of those where it's like, does that cast list grow because people are fans of Ty West? And I just can't wait to see what he does. Like I think West is somebody who, in the two that we've gotten from him, have a lot of fun with those movies, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with Maxine. Like I said, always here for Mia Goth being centered in a horror movie. But that's it. I'm gonna shut up. I'm flew it over to you guys. What are you thinking? How big of a fan of Ty West are you? How big of a Mia Goth fan are you? Do you love when the two of them team up? Are you super pumped to get to the conclusion of this trilogy? Is this something you've been waiting a long time for, following X and Pearl? What is popping here? Do you think the big cast is a good thing? Could it maybe be a bad thing? Is there too much going on, or is this just like looking exactly like what you were hoping for? And if you haven't dipped your toe into the Ty West stuff, does this trailer entice you to see what's going on with these movies and this character Maxine and all the stuff we've been talking about? Anything you got, good, bad, indifferent, on our official trailer for Maxine, I want those down below in the comment section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions, you want to be here to see my thoughts when Maxine comes out this summer, you just dig the vibe, you want to show a little love and support to the old C-Man, well, hey, come join C-Maniac Nation. Super easy. Jump over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down, I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace. Hey, what's up, C-Maniac Nation? Winter Ken here, where we grow out our roots and our beard, letting you know that you can see some new C-Man videos right up here and right down here. And if you want all those videos and show that man a little love and support, come join C-Maniac Nation right over there, and the C-Man will catch you on the next one.